So right now, we are going to move into a highlight of this conference, which is our annual Innovation Awards. Actually, this is our 6th awards year. And what we do is we recognize innovations in 4 categories. And those categories are, well, you can see them up here: marketing and branding, operations technology, operations and technology, products and services, and human resources. We had this year the highest number of submissions, of nominations than ever before. We had well over 150. And there is, just so you know, there's an online platform that we use, and our judges, which are predominantly our editorial team and a couple of folks from the IFA, it's blind voting. So no one knows how the other is voted, okay? And what happens is those scoring the top 8, those that have the highest scores, are the folks you're going to see present today. So there are 8 brands that are going to be presenting. The first 4 are in the marketing and branding category. After our break, we'll come back. The second group is from operations and technology. And, you know, the whole purpose is to award and recognize brands that are trying new things, innovative things. This is not all about AI. It could be about just the best local marketing campaign, up to new innovations to recruit employees at local stores. So the nominations do come in from franchisors. I guess it's time. It's time for us to bring up our 4 finalists. And tonight you will see two of the 8 finalists that will be recognized with our overall award. There are another 20 categories, subcategories, that will also receive awards. So those folks are here, but they don't know what they're winning yet. Next up is Best PR Campaign. Amy Harris, VP of Brand Management for Primrose. Welcome.
So every day, more than 10,000 preschool-aged children come into one of the more than 500 Primrose schools across the country. And at Primrose, we believe who children become is just as important as what they know. And that's why character development is embedded into the very core of our balanced learning curriculum. And what that means for you today is I get to show you lots of photos and videos of adorable children. So throughout the year, children participate in many different ways and experiences so they can learn the joy of giving without expectation. But one of our most popular events is the annual November Caring and Giving food drive. But it is so much more than your typical canned food drive. It's a lesson in responsibility as children actually perform chores around the house to earn money to buy cans. It's a lesson in math as children practice counting to tally up the total amount of cans donated. And it's a lesson in nutrition as children take those cans and divide them into the different food groups. And then finally, it's a lesson in empathy as children realize not everyone has access to the same types of resources. So we set out to tell that story in a really unique and differentiating way, and we wanted to position Primrose as one of the premier childcare providers who is helping to nurture and create good global citizens of the world. But to do that, we needed a little help from our friends. And the Primrose Friends are 12 different characters embedded into our balanced learning curriculum. And each of the 12 Primrose Friends represents a different character development trait. So for this campaign, we leveraged our friend Benjamin the Bear because he represents and teaches the children all about generosity. So to kick things off on the brand level, we had a multi-channel news release that helped tell our story in about 455 different media outlets. But the one that we were most proud of is an earned placement on the NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. And I'd love to take a look at that coverage.
And students from Primrose schools across several states are working hard to buy non-perishable items for donation to local food banks. Preschool and kindergarten students are encouraged to do chores at home to earn money from their parents, which then goes towards purchasing meals for families in need. Last year, Primrose schools donated more than 350,000 non-perishable food items to local food banks and shelters. Great work, kids.
So that was actually a clip from some of our Oklahoma City market because it was important to not only tell that story on the national level, but then to bring it down to the market level as well. So our team conducted local media outreach and pitching so we could tell the story of how the schools were impacting their local communities, which is what and one of those placements is what you just saw. But then to keep that content fresh and engaging throughout the month of November, we also created original content and blogs. And one of the blogs was all about how, it was an interactive blog about how families can create their own caring and giving traditions at home. So to tell that story to a broader audience, we partnered with 2 mom influencers, again featuring our friend Benjamin the Bear to encourage families to create their own caring and giving traditions at home if they weren't in one of our schools. And then after we told that story on the brand level, brought it through to the local level, it was time to then activate it on the individual school level. So we armed our more than 500 schools with plug-and-play templated assets so they could post about their caring and giving food drives on their school websites and their school social media pages. And we did encourage them to use the hashtag caring and giving so we could track. And we ultimately saw 684 posts from our schools with that caring and giving hashtag, which was a 20% increase from the previous year. So giving without expectation is really at the core of everything we do at Primrose and what we look to teach this next generation. And we're really proud of how we told that story on the national, the market, and then at the individual school level. But really what we're most proud of is the more than 400,000 food items that the children in our schools collected and donated to their local communities, and that lesson that they learned and will hopefully stay with them for a long time to come about giving without expectation. Thank you.